lanes to keep right.
Hey friends, it is Wednesday, August 18, 2021, and welcome to Prepare to Go There, the most overlooked and underrated coaching conversation on the internet today. That's my opinion, but I'm convinced that your future deserves your focus today. And so that's why we're going to take some time to go on an extended coaching journey to figure out how do we stay focused practically on the future. And then how do we figure out how to lead ourselves there tactically day by day? My name is Peter, and it has been so much fun to go on this extended coaching journey with you. We are now on episode 42, I think, 43 maybe, which is amazing. Actually, we are getting so close to 50, I can almost spit on it. So that is pretty cool. And we'll have some sort of giveaway for the 50th. But I want to welcome you back to the Future Frontier. And it's all about helping you figure out where you're going and then actually go for it, because we don't have time to make excuses, to daydream, to hesitate. And definitely we are going all out and making war on procrastination. Because we really do want to develop a lifestyle of preparation, and the future is not going to pioneer itself. So we have to figure out how do we lead ourselves in there so we can take others with us. I want to give you the why, and then we will get into this conversation today. I have discovered from experience and observation that most people don't know how to lead others into a better future. And even if they mean well, it's because they don't know how to lead themselves there first. So the the dirty little secret is they are expecting someone else to actually make those big dreams, that big talk happen, if they really do want to make it happen at all. And the truth is, it's going to look like everyday people that are showing up, putting in the work, doing the necessary yet unnoticed preparation. And then when they show up, they actually show up ready. I've said it before, but I don't want to wait and see what I'm going to do when I need to rise to the occasion. Instead, I would rather fall back on my preparation. And so that's why we are calling you to action with this coaching journey. It's called Prepare to Go There. And it's all about helping you stay focused practically on the future, not letting it drift to the back burner, keeping the future on the front burner. You know what I mean? It means like you are every day thinking it, talking it, working on it, taking steps, making progress. And a lot of times we're not putting in the work because we literally forget about the things we committed to do or the things that inspired us at one point. You don't quit your future, you forget it. You forget what you wrote down in that journal. You forget what promise you made to other people. You forget your values, your why. You forget what's important, what's possible. You get clouded and crowded by all this other stuff, and you don't show up again and again to do the work that gets you there. So we got to stay focused, not daydreaming about the future, not fantasizing about the future, not escaping to, some dream world, but actually staying focused on what's important, what's possible. And then we're actually putting in the mindset and the mindsets and the skill sets to lead ourselves into that inviting, exciting future day by day. And I do borrow the word tactical, even though I do not have any real tactical experience. But I think we have to have that kind of mindset and approach that this is not a game. We have to take what we do to heart. And if we will get practical and then we'll actually learn how do we do this on a day-by-day basis, I think that we can serve a lot of people and really, be a part of making a difference and going the distance. So if this resonates with you, I would love to invite you to be in our email community. It's called the Future Friends, getting your future some more friends, taking on the future with friends, get people in your corner, and get some great coaching along the way. The Future Friends get a weekly email with all of my content, the blogs, the vlogs, live streams. So you can get it all in one place and kind of digest it on your own, or get the high points, which is totally cool too. And then the Future Friends are also getting the information and incentives for the projects I'll be working on and offering you in the near future. I'm super excited about 2 active products that you are going to have access to. And then obviously the 50th episode of Prepare to Go There is coming soon. So I want to let you know about whatever giveaway happens around that as well. So let's get into the conversation. But before that, I'm glad I used slides. I'm so eager to dive into this topic. I do want to give you a free gift. It is a fail-proof planning guide, and it will help you get started and get better with your planning approach. A lot of people, they don't have a plan because they don't want to be boxed in. I hear that all the time. And really this kind of structure and having a strategic approach to the way you take on your day, your week, your sleep, your priorities, the things that are, on your plate, that's actually going to make you better. This is actually going to help you, not hurt you, not, hinder your progress. It's going to force multiply it. And so you just need a kind of a paradigm shift. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to walk you through, not with a lot of theory, but just clear, straightforward questions that are going to walk you through a step-by-step proven planning process, not a bulletproof plan that's going to work for everybody, because I don't know what's going to work for you, but I can give you some proven tactics that you can begin to implement either in a high level, strategic session where you're kind of thinking through your goals and your rhythms, or you can take the other half of that planning guide and just use it for a weekly planning session, which is very, very valuable, because sometimes you sit there and you're blank, and then, or you overthink it, and then you complicate the week and you just kind of grow more weeds to sort through later. So don't do that to yourself. Just get in and get out and get on with your day, get on with your week. And this is going to help you. If you click the link below this video, it'll take you to a sign up, and just put in name and email. That's it. You can download it instantly and get after it. Take some action today, and you'll thank yourself for it real soon. We've been on a coaching conversation for 3 days now, all about lifestyle leadership, what it is, what it isn't, how to grow it. And now we're going to figure out, how do you leverage a lifestyle-based leadership, and how do you actually grow your influence and accomplish big goals? How do you, put yourself out there without coming across like a cheesy car salesman? No offense, if you're a car salesman, you probably do a great job at it. But for real, the secret weapon of lifestyle leadership is that you're leading by example, right? You're not relying on a position, a title, or some hierarchical system, some bureaucracy to make people like you, make people respect you, make people do stuff with you. And instead, they are inspired by your lifestyle. They're inspired by the relationships that you've developed over time. They want to follow you into the future because they know you're serious. They know you're legit. They know you're authentic. And having that kind of authenticity is rare. It's valuable. You don't see a lot of it out there, particularly online, because you don't know what to think about the people you see online. And if we're not careful, the very thing that makes us unique and needed can become a unnecessary bartering tool that gets used in compromises that we shouldn't be making. In other words, I don't think you should be using your quote authenticity as a selling piece, and you start marketing yourself as the most authentic person. You start self-promoting yourself as, the most humble person. I'm the most humble person out there. It's like, well, you're kind of missing the point. So how do we leverage a leadership approach that is based on developing you as a person, and then actually working with other real people and getting things done through relationship, not through manipulation, not through some sort of pyramid scheme? How do we actually empower ourselves and empower others to get work done, and do so in a way where you can keep your dignity, keep your integrity, and everyone can win in that model? So that's a really tall order. I won't get into all of it right now, but I do want to say right up front, it is possible. It really is possible. There is a way to win and to leverage your leadership based on the intentionality, the integrity, and the influence that you have naturally developed. It's not artificial. It's not fabricated. It's not manipulated. It's not smoke and mirrors. It's not Wizard of Oz hiding behind the curtain. This is you. You're really who you say you are. You really do what you say you'll do. You have personal integrity. You have professional integrity. You get stuff done, and you can help people not just go through some system, but you actually improve their life just by working in the same team. So, man, I'm pretty passionate about this. I hope you can see. Here's a quote to aim us and get us thinking about it. Great leader Rick Warren says, pretentiousness repels, but authenticity attracts. And then he says that vulnerability is the path to intimacy. But I want you to focus on that first part. Pretentiousness will actually repel the right people from you. Authenticity is what's attracting people to you. That's real influence. That's where real leadership happens. In fact, I was on the phone yesterday with a friend, and his son just got his job, and he's doing a first job scenario. And so he's got a dress code, and he's got to show up and work with the team and handle the rush hour and all that stuff. And he said that the boss at that place is pretty difficult to work with, and people don't like him. And it's because he is living in his own world, living by his own standards, kind of doing his own thing, and people don't respect him. He has a title, but he doesn't have the influence. And people are repelled by pretension. They don't like it. In fact, there's a scripture. It says, a Bible verse, and it says, when there are bad leaders in charge, everyone is groaning. They're just groaning. They hate it. But when you have good leaders, people rejoice. People are grateful. They're happy. They're on board. And so I think it's very, very important, particularly if you already have some measure of positional leadership. You have a job, you have a title, you have a role. You cannot get addicted to hearing people call you by that title. You cannot get addicted to the sound of other people, even well-meaning people. They want to love you, honor you, get behind you, get on board with you. It's good that they want to support what you're doing, but you have to always show them we are on mission together. I am here because I am on mission just like you. And if you are not careful, you will get addicted to the position. And what it does is it creates a blind spot in your life. It creates a lot of shortcomings, because it's kind of like the emperor with no clothes on. And instead, you have to walk. I mean, the higher you go, the more care, the more attention, the more humility you have to have. And it's not a fearful thing, but it's a healthy thing. And if it is fearful, it's a healthy sort of fear where you're like, hey, we are taking on the risks, but we are going to do so with a measure of confidence and responsibility that this is valuable. And honestly, I would just say, like, don't get addicted to people's applause, because if you need their praise, it's going to turn on you, and then you won't handle their criticism. And you just got to play your game. You got to be in that position for different reasons than other people's opinions. You got to be in that position, whether you are in law enforcement, politics, business, maybe you started your own business, you're in ministry, you're leading, whatever. I mean, you're in that role because you're serving a mission. You're serving other people. Leadership is not some gig. It's not a game. Leadership is a responsibility. Leadership is a calling. And so how do you actually leverage that leadership position without losing your own authenticity, without losing your integrity, without losing your soul in the process? I'm telling you, it is possible. It is possible. In fact, you were not invited into a leadership role to ruin your life, to ruin your marriage, to ruin your finances, to ruin your reputation. That's not the point. Nobody signs up for that. They may have shortcuts in mind. They may get selfish. They may be nefarious. But I'm telling you, honest, common sense people do not step in with that motive. They step up, they step out because they want to serve. They don't want to be a burden. They want to be a blessing. They want to be a strength. They don't want to be a sap. They don't want to be draining. They want to be empowering. So you see what I'm saying? It's like a totally different mindset shift. It's not the pyramid scheme where, quote, powerful people on top and then the power structure goes down. It's like a tree that's life-giving, and you don't even see the root structure, but there's growth, there's life, there's health, there's stability, there's relationship, and then it is supporting all of the growth that's going up. It's supporting this expansive movement upward and outward, and then it can be multiplied. It can be reproduced in others. So let's just kind of see what we've got on the slides, and then we'll land the plane here. Don't chase things you'll try to run from later. Don't chase things you'll try to run from later. What do I mean? If you're trying to leverage leadership based on self-promotion, I'm telling you, there's so many people, and they're getting into this exciting internet Wild West, right? The new frontier, the digital frontier. There's so much out here on the digital frontier, and they think the whole game is getting attention, getting more followers, getting more, you got to have the attention. Attention is power. Attention is money. Attention is and it's like this addiction. But I'm telling you, think about all these celebrities that have been ruined. Their lives are ruined because they don't have any privacy. They don't have any autonomy. They don't have any, I'm not talking about all of them, but I mean, it's a trap. It's definitely a trap out there. I mean, how ironic. So many people today are actually running after things that a few years later, a few years down the road, they actually might be running from. You know, all of the attention. Not everybody has the character to handle that kind of attention, that kind of responsibility, that kind of notoriety, so to speak. And there are many, many people, and they are power hungry for that kind of attention and praise, so to speak, and they can't handle it because they are flawed, broken, and they got all kinds of weird, Freudian motives and things. And I do have to just kind of give credit where credit's due. I mean, when I think about Jesus, when I think about him as a leader, when I think about him as a person, he is the most honored person. He is the most notable person in human history, but he's also the most humble. And I think that shows his real identity. I think if you can look at someone who doesn't self-destruct under that kind of attention, that says something. And so don't be saying like, man, my game is I need to get more attention. No, your game is if you feel called to leadership, if you feel like you're heading towards some sort of public life, don't be running after it, trying to make it happen for yourself. Work on your foundation, work on your character, work on your framework, work on your relationships, work on you, because it's going to happen one way or another. It's just part of the job. It's part of the role that you're going to have to carry. So don't run after that. Don't chase it, because a lot of people, they chase it, and then in the end, they're actually running away from it because it's not what they thought. So instead say, hey, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I'm willing to go through that gauntlet if it means that I can champion a cause for other people. All right. Embrace the value of an undisturbed day so you can make it count. Again, don't waste your time pretending. Don't waste your time pretending to be someone you're not, pretending to have that, imposter syndrome. So many people are wasting time trying to project some appearance, and keeping up all of those appearances is exhausting, and you're not actually putting in the work to get prepared, to work on your habits, to do the boring stuff. Like, there's a reason you go through the preparation process in private. There's a reason people don't see that. Most people don't see the day in, day out grind that you do. They don't see the world-class athletes in the gym doing training season, off season, putting in all the reps. They don't see that. They see the highlight reel of the awesome day, the game that won it all, right? That's what people see. So I think you're just acting like what you're doing is somehow like noteworthy right now, just because you are in the hustle culture. I mean, everybody's in a hustle culture. So instead, just be focused. Just keep your head down, keep your heart humble, keep going, keep growing. And you got to trust that, hey, it's not a matter of if I'm leading. I'm leading today, and I'm probably going to be leading more. I mean, just the trajectory of most people's lives is to go into more and more responsibility. So why am I going to be immature and waste time trying to get attention? I mean, so many people are wasting time just trying to be documented because they got so much FOMO. They have fear of being forgotten, fear of being left out. I mean, something worse is getting the attention for the wrong reasons, or people paying attention to you and you have nothing to give them. People looking to you for help or leadership or answers, and you have nothing to give them, because you were wasting all your time just kind of putting on this show instead of putting in real work. So that way, when you show up ready. You don't rise to the occasion like it's some, chance thing. You say, I'm not who I want to be, but I'm thankful I'm not where I used to be. And I'm going to make today count. I'm okay with obscurity today. I'm okay with just just kind of going with the flow and let people go about their lives, because today matters. I've got work to do. I've got to work on myself. I have to work on the future. I'm going to keep going, keep growing. I hope you hear the heart. Prepare to go there, right? Your lifestyle will be investigated, period. Your lifestyle will be investigated. Even if it's not, some agency, even if it's not the newspapers, even if it's not tabloids or the online bloggers. I mean, your family, your friends, your coworkers, your leadership position will get the attention, but then your lifestyle is what gives you the influence. And so don't get the two mixed up. You have to really take today seriously, because you haven't made all those accomplishments yet. But when you do, people are going back to today. They're going to go back to today, the choices you made, the conversations you had, the processes you went through, and they're going to say, what kind of person are they? What kind of lifestyle did they have? Was it honorable? And it's crazy that people can be disqualified for things that were that happened in their past. And I don't even know what to handle with that, because I would opt for mercy. I would say, man, I need mercy. I need to give mercy. I've been forgiven. I need to forgive others. I mean, I would hope to extend a little grace, but people don't do that. And so this is not to put fear in anybody. This is just to say, hey, today counts. Today really does count. Today really does matter. It's not like the game is going to start at one point. You're in the game right now. Your reputation is growing right now. Your choices, your changes are taking you somewhere right now. So make it count and go the distance, make a difference. I want you to leverage your time by investing in other people. When you take care of you take care of your inner life, you take care of your habits, your scheduling, your commitments, your responsibilities. What you're basically saying is, hey, I'm good. I don't need to be, coddled. I don't need to be parented. I don't need a lot of, I'm a low maintenance leader. I'm good. I don't need a lot of attention, a lot of fanfare, a lot of whatever. So now what do we get to do with all that excess time and energy? Turn it around and give it to somebody else. Hey, I'm not a hot mess. You don't have to come bail me out. I'm working on me. So now I want to turn around and help somebody else out. I'm not better than people. I'm just thankful I got started a little bit sooner. I haven't got it all figured out, but thankfully I have a foundation, and I'm going to give my time away. All right. Leverage your relationships to accomplish impossible things together. That's what this is about. Building real relationships, getting to real results. All right. If you liked this, share it with somebody, subscribe. Remember, there's a fail-proof planning guide waiting on you. And I have to jet because my computer is going down. But I want to thank you for listening along. And remember, you're going places, so prepare to go there.